royal family's misogynistic and full of bullying and they're all racist. Now you've both been accused of it. Good afternoon, Royal Editor Robert Jobson. I've got a big grin on my chops.
Well, what goes around comes around, doesn't it, really, Jeremy? I mean, it's... I mean, I must admit, when I read it initially, I thought that he was probably being, in a way, picked on. You know, he'd made a mistake. But if you actually listen to what this chief of the charity is saying, you know, she's just trying to run it as it should be run, and he's running it, you know, as if it's his plaything. I'd really quite like to know, you know, when he's raised this £1 million or whatever it is, playing polo, how many flights he's taken with the charity. I think there needs to be a bit of an audit of this charity, particularly as a lot of the money that went into this money was the money from Diana originally. You know, Diana had the Diana Fund, and then that went into the William and Harry Foundation. And when that split, all that money went into Sentebale. Well, it'd be rather ironic and wrong, wouldn't it, if a lot of money now goes in some big legal case, which it does sound like it's going that way.
You strip it down, though, right? And I'm with you. I read it and I thought, hold on, this is just somebody. But Harry Cole made a great point. Completely no comment, nothing official, sources close to, although they railed against that. That's what's wrong with the media, sources close to. I would say, I would go further and say that this shines a light on both of them as exactly everything that everybody has suspected they are. And I think it's extraordinary, mate, because they have they've lectured their own family, they've lectured the media, they've lectured every person in the world about how important it is to be caring and sharing. And isn't it ironic in that instance when they both can now be accused of the very things, Robert Jobson, that they seem to point the finger at everybody, from the late Queen to his father to the press to anybody you want to know. Have a look in the bloody mirror is what I'd say.
Misogynoir, what was that? Misogynoir? I'd never heard of it before. No. But it's, you know, it's misogynistic behaviour towards a woman of colour, a black lady. Well, you know, at the end of the day, this is the guy when he was at Sandhurst made racist remarks. This is the guy that when he was a little kid was making racist remarks to the bus conductor wearing a Nazi uniform, yet tells me and everybody else I know that, you know, who didn't have such a privileged upbringing as him, that we're all unconscious bias we all have, which is nonsense. You know, that's maybe him and his pals, but that's not, and clearly he's got an issue, according to this head of the charity. I think what's gone on, you know, he laid it all on with a trowel, didn't it, over the opera. He said that everyone in the royal family was racist. Well, he's had it come back at him in spades, and that's the way it goes sometimes if you are living a slightly hypocritical life, that I think he clearly is.
I said it before, I said it earlier in the show, the old man before he passed said to me, he'll be back in England with his ginger tail between his legs in a number of years, and this woman will play the royal family for everything she can. But I'll tell you what I believe now. I believe he will struggle to come back to this country. I want to speculate, it's not for me. We were at the Royal Albert Hall at a Teenage Cancer Trust gig on Thursday when we heard about the King. You might disagree with me, I think the King's iller than they're letting on, but let's just be perfectly honest. If and when the King passes and...
Welcome back to Harry and Meghan Tales, the show where we separate fact from fiction and expose the relentless smear campaigns against the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I'm your host, Adrian, and today we have yet another example of the British media twisting narratives to fit their tired agenda. So let's talk about Jeremy Kyle. Yes, that Jeremy Kyle, and so-called royal expert Robert Jobson, who have declared that there's no way back for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Kyle, whose own television show was pulled from the air due to its toxic environment, has now decided he's an expert on the Sussexes' future. Oh, the irony! Relentless onslaught, another round of attacks on the Sussexes. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, a couple who have captured the world's attention. These names have become synonymous with relentless media scrutiny, a never-ending cycle of headlines and flashbulbs. It seems no amount of distance from royal life can shield them from the British tabloid machine, always hungry for the next scandal. Today, we find them once again at the centre of a media storm, their every move dissected and criticised. This time it involves Sentebale, a charity close to Harry's heart, an organisation he has nurtured and grown. The allegations are serious, painting a picture of financial mismanagement and a toxic work environment, casting a shadow over years of hard work. But as with many stories surrounding the Sussexes, the truth is far more nuanced, often lost in the sensationalism. This latest attack feels different, more personal, more vindictive. It strikes at the core of Harry's character and his commitment to service, questioning his integrity and dedication. Sentebale, co-founded by Harry in 2006, supports vulnerable children in Lesotho and Botswana affected by HIV/AIDS, providing them with hope and resources. It's a cause Harry holds dear, a testament to his mother's legacy and his own dedication to making a difference, continuing the work Princess Diana started. To see this charity dragged through the mud with insinuations of impropriety against Harry feels like a new low, an attack on his very essence. The narrative being spun is one of deceit and cover-ups, a story designed to sell papers and attract viewers. But those who know Harry, who have witnessed his tireless work with Sentebale, know this portrayal is far from the truth, a gross misrepresentation. It's a smear campaign, plain and simple, designed to tarnish his reputation and inflict maximum damage, a calculated move by those who wish to see him fail. We must ask ourselves why. Why this relentless pursuit of negativity? Why is Harry, a man who has dedicated his life to helping others, constantly subjected to such vicious attacks? What drives this animosity? The answer, as we shall see, lies in the deep-seated biases within certain sections of the British media and their refusal to accept Harry and Meghan's decision to forge their own path, a path of independence and compassion. Sentebale, a legacy, tarnished, unpacking the accusations and Harry's role in the unfolding drama. At the heart of this latest media frenzy lies Sentebale, a charity that has long been a beacon of hope. This charity, co-founded by Prince Harry and Prince Seeiso of Lesotho, has been a cornerstone of Harry's philanthropic work for nearly 2 decades, symbolising his commitment to humanitarian causes. Its mission is simple yet profound: to provide care and support for children affected by HIV/AIDS in Lesotho and Botswana, offering them a chance at a better life. The recent accusations levelled against Sentebale are concerning, alleging financial irregularities and a toxic culture within the organisation, casting a shadow over its noble mission. However, it is crucial to note that these accusations are just that, accusations. They have not been proven and are currently under investigation. The truth remains to be seen, and it is essential to approach this matter with an open mind. It is irresponsible and potentially damaging to jump to conclusions before all the facts are known. Public opinion should be reserved until the investigation is complete. Furthermore, while Harry remains a passionate advocate for Sentebale's mission, he is no longer directly involved in the charity's day-to-day operations, having stepped back to focus on other endeavours. He stepped down from his role in 2021, a decision made amicably and with the full support of the board, ensuring a smooth transition. To suggest that he is somehow complicit in any alleged wrongdoing is not only unfair, but also factually inaccurate. His departure was well documented and transparent. Harry's commitment to Sentebale and the children it serves has never wavered. His dedication to the cause has been unwavering and heartfelt. He poured his heart and soul into the organisation for many years, using his platform to raise awareness and funds for this vital cause, making a significant impact. To see his legacy tarnished by these accusations is disheartening, to say the least. It is a painful reminder of how quickly public perception can shift. It's imperative that we allow the investigation to run its course and not allow unsubstantiated claims to overshadow the incredible work Sentebale does. The charity's mission must remain the focus. The children who rely on this charity deserve our continued support and compassion, not to be caught in the crossfire of a media storm. Their well-being should be our priority.